Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Installment of Scott Selections here for Thursday, February 15th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in basketball with the Wizards and Pelicans game under 236.5 at -110 on BetMGM. Line closed at 234.5, didn't really matter. Kind of a weird game because the first 8 minutes were an absolute rock fight, and then the game exploded. You ended up having just absolute bedlam for the final 40 minutes as neither team could miss a shot. The pace just picked up dramatically, and the game ended up going well over this number. So I picked up a loss there. Look for a winner here on Thursday. But before we get into the actual play, do want to take care of some housekeeping. Want to remind everybody to check out the Winners website to get picks from our experts. Use promo code YWYWER 425 to get 25% off. If you don't remember that code, that's fine. It is in the description down below. Also in the description, we have an exclusive offer from BetMGM. So if you're trying to join a new book and BetMGM's on your radar, check the link in the description, and you'll get a nice sign-up bonus if you do make an account on BetMGM. Also, a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified, and you'll never miss an episode. Before the actual play, going to switch to tennis. Going to look at some Rotterdam action taking place between Ruusuvuori and Struff, taking place at around 2:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Match will probably start later because it is the final match on the calendar. But for the sake of the initial time, 2:50 p.m., we're going to go with the over, 22.5 games at -125 on BetMGM. Time of recording of 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why I expect a bit of a longer match between these two players. First reason, stylistically, should be a very competitive and pretty even matchup. Both players have a lot of firepower. Ruusuvuori is a baseliner, so he's going to constantly stand behind the baseline, rip forehands and backhands. Struff, though, is kind of the same way, a lot of firepower, but he has some variety, can definitely serve and volley. Pretty underrated volleying skill set, but I expect to see a bit of conflicting styles here and there between these two of them, which should result in a decent amount of holds throughout the course of this match. Plus, Struff has been involved in a lot of marathon matches recently, including the first round of this event. Struff has gone to a deciding set in 5 of his last 7 matches, including the first round where he beat Fekina in 3 sets with 2 tiebreaks. So Struff has tended to split the first 2 sets recently, so you might end up getting the over with each guy winning a set, and you end up going to 3. So you basically win automatically if that happens. Or you might get some long sets, which has been a common theme for both players individually. So Struff has had at least one 7-5 or 7-6 set in 9 of his last 11 matches, and Ruusuvuori has also had at least one 7-5 or 7-6 set in 9 of his last 11 matches. Also had one in the first round against Humbert. Point is, each guy has been involved in a lot of long sets, potential tie breaks, and if that's going to be the case, that bodes very well for the over in games in this matchup. Now, they faced off one time, was on clay last year. I know it's on hard court, but still. Struff won that meeting last year in Monte Carlo, 7-6, 5-7, 6-0. So even on clay, the first 2 sets total 25. I do think you're going to end up seeing a decent amount of holds in this match. Struff is not a great returner, but he does have a good serve, and I think Ruusuvuori can definitely use his weapons on the wings to help hold serve as well. But both guys are not exactly good at returning. Struff's worse at it, but still, I see a very close matchup. Should really come down to the wire. But for the sake of 22.5 games, you still win in straight sets if you get a 7-6, 6-4, maybe a 7-6, 7-5 like we saw in the first meeting between them. But I think you might end up also seeing 3 sets, which is definitely more than a low possibility. So I think you're looking at what could be a couple ways to get there. 22.5 games, though, does feel a bit short, and I do think because of that, there's some value on the overs. Play that once again here for Thursday, February 15th. It's going to be on Struff and Ruusuvuori over 22.5 games at -125 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.